Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Sam Shocker, and we are in a weather impact alert, tracking the chances for severe weather, especially out east. We want to start with breaking news out of Jefferson County. Yvonne Missy Woods, the former state DNA analyst accused of manipulating data in dozens of cases statewide, has just agreed to a plea deal. 9 News' Kevin Vaughn was in the courtroom, and he joins us now with the latest. Kevin.
Yeah, Sam, it was a stunning fall from grace today for Missy Woods, who had been a forensic analyst at the Colorado Bureau of Investigation for nearly 30 years, had worked on more than 10,000 criminal cases. In 2025, she was accused of falsifying data, manipulating data, and forging reports in numerous cases. The count of cases is somewhere between 1,000, according to CBI, and more than 1,500, according to a group of defense attorneys. Today, she pleaded guilty to 1 count of cybercrime, 1 count of perjury, 1 count of attempting to influence a public official, and 1 count of forgery. All of those are felonies. The agreement she reached with prosecutors requires the judge to sentence her to at least 8 years in prison and as many as 16 years in prison. She will also have parole after that prison sentence is served. Sentencing is scheduled for September 8th. She'll be back in court then. They've scheduled the hearing for all day. They're expecting a number of people to want to be heard that day, including people whose cases Missy Woods worked on. Sam?
Yeah, Kevin, I can only imagine the number of people who are going to want to have their victim impact statements read. And that will be in September. Is that what you stated?
Yeah, September 8th. And there's additional fallout to this. You know, they've done a lot of testing in cases that have gone to trial, and they have confirmed that there was not false DNA evidence presented in court. But she also deleted male DNA in more than 40 sexual assault cases. And this all came to light in 2023. The district attorney's office here is still trying to figure out whether any of those cases can be reinvestigated and whether an effort can be made to prosecute somebody in any of those situations.
Yeah, I would imagine people want justice. Kevin Vaughn, thank you. Well, summer in Colorado means severe weather. Sterling got pelted by large hail last night, as you can see in that video, and we could see even stronger storms today, including the chance for a rare overnight storm. So joining me now is our Jaden Knowles with our 9 News Weather Impact team. Jaden, you've issued a weather impact alert for those storm chances.
Yeah, I definitely did, Sam. As we head into the afternoon hours, into the evening hours is when we're really talking about that large hail damaging winds and potentially spin up tornadoes for here in Denver, as well as towards the eastern plains. But of course, we want to give you that information. So far, I mean, temperatures right now, nice and warm. It is a little humid out there, but noticing it's cooler than what we saw the last couple of days. And that's because we saw that cold front come through early on this morning. And yeah, that cold front helped bring in some moisture, and that's one of the main reasons why we have that potential of seeing severe weather this afternoon. So noticing level 3 risk, including the metro area, that's shaded in orange there. Level 2 just towards the foothills, as well as level 1 towards a little bit further out towards the west. Live radar, nice and dry. Noticing storms over towards the east. That's also going to help uptick the storm chances by giving us some outflow boundaries and some more moisture as well. But temperature-wise, we're not going to warm up a whole lot today. I only have the low 80s in my forecast. The low 80s, 83 degrees, but of course later on in the show we'll talk about the timing and the impacts in my full forecast. Sam?
All right, Jaden, thank you. A former Jeffco Public Schools security guard is behind bars on child sexual abuse charges. Longmont police arrested 67-year-old Brian Ritchie on Monday. Investigators say a girl came forward earlier this year and accused Ritchie of inappropriate contact over several years. According to an arrest affidavit, police found photos, videos, and other child sexual abuse materials on Ritchie's devices. Jeffco Public Schools says Ritchie was no longer a full-time employee, and the district fired him in March after learning about the investigation. A Colorado State Patrol trooper is on administrative leave as he faces accusations of sexual assault. Loveland police arrested Jeremiah Patterson on Friday, and according to court documents, his arrest is based on allegations of domestic violence and events that date back years. The victim claims that Patterson sexually assaulted her at one point using his CSP-issued handcuffs. According to the affidavit, the victim told police Patterson then threatened her, saying it wouldn't be good for her if anyone found out about what happened, telling her he had connections to high-ranking law enforcement. In the affidavit, Patterson said during an interview that he worked at the state capitol. Colorado Parks and Wildlife is investigating a close call with a bear and a hiker in Apex Park. CPW says the bear grabbed onto a hiker's backpack and then scratched her leg. The park is closed as officers look for the bear. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch has more.
This is the first reported bear attack in the state this year. CPW says the hiker claimed that the bear chased her for more than 30 minutes and didn't respond to her efforts to get it to go away. When out in nature, it's always recommended to keep space between yourself and wildlife. But at Apex Park, a bear closed the gap.
That is a safety risk.
Kara Van Hoos with Colorado Parks and Wildlife says a woman reported a bear attacked her while she was on a hike. She says the woman did everything she was supposed to do to get the bear to go away.
Poking it with sticks, she tried throwing rocks and was yelling at the bear, which is all techniques that we would endorse if you are encountering a bear that closely in the wild.
Instead of running off, the hiker said the bear ran to her.
Following her down the trail, not really responding to the different hazing attempts she was trying, and the bear pulled her backpack off of her and also made contact with her leg, leaving a small scratch.
CPW explains this is not normal behavior for a bear. Van Hoos says it's possible the animal had previous interactions with humans.
If they start to make that connection that humans mean food or access to food, they're not going to care that humans are there. And that's when that bear becomes habituated.
Van Hoos says CPW has received nearly 500 more bear reports this year compared to the first 6 months of 2025. She says a warmer than average winter may be playing a part.
If snowpack doesn't allow its natural food sources to really grow, like berries and cherries and nuts and things out in the wild that they should be eating, they're still going to continue to look for food.
She says she still recommends people appear big and never turn their back on a bear if they ever come in contact. If none of that works, do what you can to stay safe.
Find things that are there like sticks or rocks and really protect yourself in that situation, because kind of all bets are off. So just do what you need to do to protect yourself.
We did still see people in the park despite closures and warning signs. We did ask Jeffco Open Space when they plan on reopening the park, and we're waiting to hear back. In Apex Park, Janelle Finch, 9 News.